Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ralph Staub, your Screen Snapshots director, and I have the great honor and pleasure to present quite a number of the outstanding members of the American Society of Authors, Composers... Of American Society of Composers, Authors, Publishers.
Don't leave the publishers out. We need it.
Yes, right. And we're here honoring Al Jolson. This is the Al Jolson Memorial at Memorial Park in Los Angeles, California. And this gentleman that's been cueing me is L. Wolf Gilbert, who is the West Coast representative of ASCAP and on the board of directors.
A member of the board of directors.
And he wrote, what is it? I forgot.
Waiting for the Robert E. Lee?
Oh, that's right, the Robert E. Lee. Wolfie, will you take over?
Oh, I'd love to. This is a pleasure. I'm with my pals, my colleagues, and here we are to pay our tribute to the great Al Jolson. I think I ought to pick for our first contestant, Sidney Clare. We call him Pappy. This is a fellow who's one of the best-liked guys in our business. We just have a whole lot of respect and regard for him.
Thank you.
Now, you tell me and tell this audience, what song of these songs did Al sing,
Real good?
An outstanding performance, yeah.
Well, I still have the record of I Climbed the Highest Mountain. He did it when it was first written.
You think you've got the record? Well, I've got the other one that's sold, too. I've got that one. I love it.
Yeah?
Magnificent job.
Thank you.
Sidney, I'm glad you're here with us today.
Thank you.
Well, now we go to a man who's also of the school that we call Tin Pan Alley, goes way back to the old days with Watterson, Berlin, and Snyder. This is a fella who is a symbol of our business, a fella that we call Mo, and to you he is known as M.K. Jerome.
Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you.
Look here. Just look. This bald head shows that you did write Just a Baby's Prayer at Twilight. That's the First World War, wasn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah.
1918.
This fella's a youngster. You know, he's a perennial juvenile. This fella, I imagine when he'll be 70, he'll still look like a young fella. Sammy, come here. This is Sammy Fain. I don't have to tell you that this boy right now is riding high with some a great big show in New York and whatnot. But let's talk about his song hits. Let a smile be your umbrella. I'll be seeing you. When I take my sugar to tea, with that old feeling. What did Al sing of yours?
Well, the first song that he sang of mine was By a Waterfall. Way back.
Up. It's not on you. Go ahead.
I Can Dream, Can't I, and I'll Be Seeing You. Those are the three that I remember.
And he did the job on
Wonderful.
I'll Be Seeing You.
Yes.
Wonderful. Sammy, God bless you.
Thank you.
Now may I present a fellow who you recently saw in well, you didn't see him in the motion picture. Red Skelton played him, and Fred Astaire played his partner, Bert Kalmer. Picture was called Three Little Words, and he's the writer of Three Little Words, Harry Ruby.
Thank you, Wolfie. Wolfie asked me something. I don't know. Before you ask me something, I can't answer. Now,
What?
did you want to know whether Al ever sang anything of mine?
I know he did.
Well, he introduced Who's Sorry Now at the Winter Garden in one of those memorable Sunday night concerts, and he also introduced Nevertheless on radio and some other things I forget. Say, Wolfie, I know you're the chairman of the West Coast Committee of ASCAP and a member of the board of directors, but you're also a songwriter, aren't you?
You tell me.
Yes, and didn't the great Al Jolson sing quite a few of your songs?
Well, of course.
Tell us about it.
I mean, Jolson, in this one song, I'm sure he was synonymous with. Waiting for the Robert E. Lee, and he sang Hitchy Coo, and the job he did on Ramona.
I
and
remember
this was just a week before the man passed on. Wonderful song, wonderful rendition. Harry, I'm so glad that you and I could stand side by side here and pay our respects to that great talent. Yes, sir, and this is Gene Schwartz of that memorable team of Jerome and Schwartz. Billy Jerome, what a fella. What a man. What a great lyric writer. I have a question I really want to find out about. I heard Al sing Rockabye, Your Baby with a Dixie Melody.
Dixie Melody.
He did it in the picture, didn't he?
He did it,
yes,
he did that in the
that.
picture.
And then Chinatown.
He did it in the picture, too.
Did that in the picture,
yes,
too?
He did.
Aren't you a lucky fella? Now we come to a fella who, among the lyric writers, is a standout because of the many, many songs he's written, and down-to-earth songs that live, or immortal songs, because there's a type of songs that never die. I want you to know and meet Benny Davis.
Well, excuse me. Here you are, man.
Benny?
Thank you, Wolfie.
Benjamin, I don't have to tell you that Jolson sang Margie.
Well, I heard him do it, yes, quite a number of times.
Yes.
Thanks.
Babyface?
Babyface is one of his big standout songs.
You wrote that with Harry Axe.
That's right. Harry Axe, the boy that played piano for him.
And Nobody's Baby.
Nobody's Baby, and so many others. I just want to put one little word in, I think, as a songwriter, and say that there's a line around that says, does the song make the singer, or does the singer make the song? I think in Al's case, I'd be inclined to say that the singer made the song. What do you think?
I think we'd all vote the same way.
Yeah, that was one great guy and a great song singer.
Probably the tops, the best.
Oh, he was, no
Benny?
question.
I hope you have a nice stay here.
Thank you.
Come up to the house some night.
I certainly would be glad to.
Goodbye, Benny. Well, we have a representative here with us today, a man who comes from the great windy city of Chicago. This man is synonymous with Chicago and great songs. Now you meet Isham Jones. Isham, hit it.
Hi.
Brother, how do you like California now?
It's wonderful.
Well, I mean, compared with Chicago, how do you like it?
You're still wonderful.
Good, good. Now, the Chamber of Commerce will love that. Now, here, I see among your great songs, of course, my favorite and everybody's favorite, the name of that great motion picture was I'll See You in My Dreams. And then, of course, it had to be you. I can just see the old Sherman House in Chicago, and you and your saxophone in the orchestra. Isham, I think this was swell of you to come with us, and besides, this gives us all a great big perspective. Benny coming from New York and you from Chicago, and here we are paying our respects to the great Al. Thank you so much,
Well, thank
Isham.
you.
Right. Jimmy McHugh. Well, James Aloysius McHugh. Aloysius. Did he sing Coming In on a Wing in a Prayer?
Yes, Eddie Cantor introduced it, but
Yeah.
Jolson also sang it. It was a very big hit for him. As a matter of fact, after the Jolson story, the picture, he was going to do I Can't Give You Anything But Love, Baby, in his next picture. But we never lived to see it.
Well, he did his share for your songs and for my songs and the songs that
All
we
of the
all wrote.
songwriters of America.
It's a great...
May I interrupt?
Yes.
Well, thanks, Jimmy, and thanks, Wolfie, and thanks, gentlemen. And I'm sure that you members of ASCAP, you wonderful songwriters, and our audience here would like to see this picture, Hollywood Footprints, that Al narrated.
Al himself?
Yes, he did it. It was the last short subject that he made for me.
We all want to stay and see it.
All right, now if you look right in there, we'll start the projector.
About 20 years ago, a master showman cooked up a novel idea. And ever since then, the footprints of Hollywood's outstanding stars have been preserved in the concrete forecourt of Sid Gorman's famous Chinese theater. You'll find there reminders of many of yesterday's immortals. Now here, for instance, are the footprints and the gun prints of William S. Hart, one of the first great Western stars. On a nearby block of concrete, Jack Oakey left the tracks of his little tootsies. The footprints of Joan Crawford, a top flight star for more than 20 years, always draw the attention of the fans. In all, 125 screen stars are now honored in the forecourt of the Chinese. Now here are the prints and the signature of Irene Dunn. How are the impressions taken? Well, our screen snapshot cameraman has been present on many such occasions. Now let's have a look. Right to your folks, the guest of honor this occasion was me, Al Jolson. Talking pictures were new then. Don't be fooled by my clowning. When I saw the crowd that had gathered to watch me get dunked in the wet cement, I was as nervous as a prima donna the opening night of a new opera. Well, after I'd given Sid my autograph and had my hands washed, he told me it was time for the Jolson footprints to be preserved for posterity. I objected to that. Having spent most of my life on my knees singing mammy songs, I thought knee prints would be more appropriate. So they agreed to knee print me. It was easier said than done, but done it was. Thanks to some expert assistance from Sid and his cement man, well, sometime during the ruckus, I think that's the word, they managed to get one extra print, and I've always been sorry that the cement man blotted it out. You see, the way I had to use my knees, I need a spare.